Well, Roger Federer is about to make another comeback in his storied career, this time from an injury timeout and, pandemic-induced time away from tennis for the last 13 months. So can he make a successful comeback? Can he win another major in this? What are his fans thinking? We're going to take a look back at his previous comeback in 2017 to take some notes on what could possibly happen for the great man in this time on his comeback. So this is Tennishead. Welcome to the show. Let's get into it. Well, thanks for being here on Tennishead, folks. I'm your host, Stephen Boughton. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And also, join the Tennishead CLUB, the only virtual tennis club in the world. You get access to the magazine like this, these beautiful hard copy magazines, as well as lots of other perks like a head-to-toe ASICS tennis gear kit, as well as video lessons from the likes of Boris Becker and other perks like that. So check out the links below for the Tennishead CLUB. So yes, we are one day closer to the return of Roger Federer. The 20-time Grand Slam champion is making his comeback again, like I said, from injury after 13 months off, playing at the ATP 250 event in Doha, the ExxonMobil Open. Now, we're going to take a look at his chances to have a successful comeback. Success is going to look different for Federer than it would for other players, because make no mistake about it, the top three guys, Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, they're not going to come back and play unless they believe that they can win majors, compete with the best on tour, and Federer has said exactly that. So he's coming back and he's going to hope to have his top form. But what are the chances he could do that? Because he is turning 40 years old this year. So let's take a look back to his last comeback after injury in the year 2017. After 6 months off, after a small knee operation after Wimbledon, getting injured there, he made a comeback. And a lot of people didn't think he had much juice left in the tank. They were wondering if he was going to retire. But he came back and he really shocked the tennis world, winning 3 out of the next 5 majors and getting back to world number 1. He came back at the 2017 Australian Open, played 3 5-set matches, 3 top 10 players on the way to the victory there, beating his arch nemesis Nadal in the final, looking like a rejuvenated, younger Federer with the neo backhand. People didn't know what came at them. Then he went on to win Wimbledon again that year, his favorite tournament, beating Marin Cilic in the final without dropping a set in the whole tournament, playing absolutely unreal, making Federer fans think that this was, what was this, back in 2010? What is this, back 2006? Unbelievable comeback. And then he capped that off with another Australian Open crown at the 2018 Australian Open, becoming number 1 in the world shortly after that. So you could say that that would have been a successful comeback for Roger Federer, especially at the age of 36 for him, when nobody really thought he could have done that, won 3 more majors, and they were just kind of happy to see him back on court. So fast forward to this comeback, it's a little bit different. So he's taken 13 months off, partly because he's had not 1, but 2 operations on his knee to get it back to full health. We also are in the middle of a pandemic, so he took that time to recover. So he hasn't played since the Australian Open 2020, and that's a much longer layoff than the time he had previously in 2016, coming into 2017. Also, he's older now. He is turning 40 this year, so that's going to be an added vector into what are the chances that he can have a successful comeback. Can he compete for another major? So let's look at the oldest players to win a Grand Slam in the history of men's tennis. The oldest 2 players to ever win slams were basically Ken Rosewall and Roger Federer himself. Ken Rosewall won the 1972 Australian Open at 37 years old. Roger Federer won the 2018 Australian Open at 36 years old, and then Ken Rosewall won at 36 years old as well, the 1971 AO. Federer won the 2017 Wimbledon at 35 years old. You get the picture. These guys were dominant in their older ages as well. But nobody's done it at 40 years old. So Federer will be turning 40 this August. But Roger Federer has taken care of himself unbelievably well throughout his career. He's had amazing longevity. So his fans are definitely hoping and feeling slightly confident, at least, that he can make a successful comeback, that he can compete in the majors as he has in the last couple of years. He's been getting to semifinals and finals, including the final of the 2019 Wimbledon against world number 1 and very informed Novak Djokovic, where he had match points. So he's right there to win. So he thinks he has a chance to come back and compete for majors, or else he wouldn't be playing. Federer himself said, "I want to celebrate great victories again, and that I am ready to go. And for that, I am ready to go the long, hard road," end quote. So Federer obviously believes he can do it. And what are his chances? Well, his game style is going to help him. As we all know, Federer likes to play aggressive and keep the points short. So if he can do that effectively, he's going to have a better chance. He won't have to play as long of rallies, as long of matches against top players, because that's not good for anybody, let alone somebody who's playing on the professional ATP World Tour at almost 40 years old. The downsides to that are a lot of these players know how to play against him, especially the top guys in that way. And the courts are always, speeds are always changing. But historically, now they are getting slower even at Wimbledon. So it's harder to end those points quickly and to get through matches without super long rallies or minimum physical exertion. So there's a lot of cards stacked against Federer, but if tennis pundits have learned anything over his 20-year career, it's to not bet against him and not call his chances out, because he seems to always prove us wrong. So we're just lucky to have another chance to watch Federer play along with the other great players in this golden age of tennis. So what are your predictions for Federer's comeback? Leave it in the comment sections below. Thanks for liking and subscribing this video. Thanks for joining us here on Tennis Head for another Tennis Head video.